Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And today I want to talk about and pose a question to you all. Do you think that the NCAA collegiate system is in designed, well, not designed, but in a way non-conducive for athletes continuing their season for the Olympics or World Championships? Because the reason why I bring this up is we have a case study here. Sha'Carri Richardson ran at 10.75 at the NCAA championships, which set the collegiate and meet record there. And then she came to the USA trials and blew up. This is not an uncommon thing for collegiate athletes to come through, and then you don't see them make it through to the finals at a World Championships or an Olympic Games. And in her case, she could not make it through the USA trials. So with that being said, and the reason why I'm having this picture of A-Thing Mo, even though we are not covering the 400, the 800, or anything like that today, we're going to have a profile for her, is that the athletes are going to be looking somewhat like this. They're going to be like, oh my goodness, the pain, the after the race finish effect. This is how they're going to be feeling afterwards. So I thought this was an appropriate picture or a metaphor for the athletes there. But I would like to cover her. One side, remember how I said I didn't have I'm trying to do this in a neutral thing. If I had a bias, I'd be covering Lena Irby all day because I like to personally see her. She was in Indiana. She's a youth from Indiana, or she was a youth from Indiana. Spoke with her mom a few times. Hopefully I can get her on here to maybe do a profile or to do an interview and get her thoughts about some things leading up to the championships or the Olympics and everything. But she had the meet record at 49.8, and that was broken, of course. So as all great things have to come to an end, so too is her meet record there, broken by A-Thing Mo. So, and I announced for Lena Irby, Lyles, McLaughlin, and others when they were in their youth, when I was announcing at the youth level. But that being said, let's move on to today's topic. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or subscribble, as we say. Oh, shoot, my mic almost fell over. I have it balancing on something uneven here. You might have heard a big movement there. But yeah, let me adjust this and put it on something stable. Yeah, so right now, we got two collegiate athletes, one from the U.S., one from Jamaica, and then we'll see the other USA athletes. But as it turns out, here are the results. Non-legal win. Okay, I want to emphasize this. So with a legal win, I still think this performance here would have been a 10.78, 10.79, which would have been a huge personal best for from 10.92, right? But we got three Americans, 1, 2, 3, and then we have a Jamaican, right? They're going through the collegiate season. Now, I didn't expect Nelson to win. I didn't think that she was going to win this, even though she won the 60 indoor. Now, I thought it would be that she gets second or third. I was actually surprised that she got fourth. The reason why I didn't think she would win this is because I kind of assume or presume that she's training through this meet so that she can peak for the Jamaican trials. That was my take on it. Now, I could be wrong because the college coaches have their own things and their own agendas where they want to go along. I am somewhat convinced that Sturgis is peaking for the USA's, and her peak has done very well so far, because after this race, I'm going to ask you all a question here. And I did see the interview, but before the interview, I had this thought anyway. So let's watch this fair use in NBC or whoever else owns the rights for this, fair use, not even playing the full size, ESPN, NBC, NCAA, chill out. No copyright strike here. All right. Let's pass this up. Here's Sturgis in lane 3. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it where you can see my mouse. I'm going to pause this and look in the settings on this recording. All right. I believe that you can see the mouse now with my annotation. At least that's what I think. So look at lane 3. She comes out faster than everybody. All right. All right. Look at this. She's literally ahead of everybody. Is she falling out of the blocks? Hold on. Oh, no. Okay. So she's got a slight advantage even over Clark right here. And Clark has actually come out fast. Nugent has come out fast, but she just came from the 100 hurdles. So like literally 10 minutes before. So she's got that in her legs. The way they have these events at these NCAAs is crazy. But hey, money / entertainment and everything. And I can see why they would do that. I mean, me put into the similar position, like I said, having a track league. If you don't have that many events, you got to have something going on, some type of entertainment. So I can see, especially because they separated the genders. Some people want to see only one gender on one day and another gender on another day. And it turns out it was successful. So they're going to keep that format. Now, a lot of people are comparing it to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I don't even think that they have a similar running style. But maybe it's because of her height. All right. Now, you see how concentrated she is after this? What does that tell you? I'm going to have you guys think for a second. What does that tell you that she is concentrated after this? Well, she's got a job to do. Now, she did the same thing after a 200. Now, what I thought here before even seeing the 200 is that she is likely looking at the trials, because somebody that is looking at NCAAs as that's the end all be all, they're just like, wow, yeah, right? Because you even saw in the interview after the race with A-Thing Mo, and she was just, you can even see it on her face a little bit. She was like forcing a smile. Obviously, now people are coming up to her. You're probably getting tired of people, shoving the camera. They even had a comment about that. And she was like, yeah. And she kind of threw it out like, look, we're human. So she's looking at the trials, just like Sturgis is looking at the trials. And FlowTrack actually had an interview after the race, and she said, yeah, we got work to do. I still have the trials, because they asked her about her time and her winning and doubling and everything. And she said, I have the trials. So she's very serious. She looked at the time. She's like, that, back to business. That's basically what it was. Very, very controlled and everything. And some people are like, hey, we like her over Richardson because she's humble. Look, we need some arrogance up in here. All right. We need some arrogance. So you all that are not liking her as much or not liking Richardson as much, that's actually good, because it gets more views, people angry, and all types of stuff. That actually works. Now look at this. Powering down. Nelson actually had a good start over. Oh, dang, what happened to it? Hold on a second. Oh, and by the way, that is not Clark. That is to her left. I don't know what the heck I'm tweaking about, or to her right. But yeah. Now we look to the center. Nelson gets out over TT Terry, and she just does not have it anymore. She doesn't have it. And there's Clark on the outside in lane 7. I don't know what I was thinking earlier, but yeah, as far as that, all right, let's take this off. I'm not sure if you can see the mouse anymore. I'm learning these new controls. But when it comes to this, what do you all think? Because look, these are the regular times here. We have several athletes that have gone through the collegiate system, and what has happened on the men's and women's side on various distances, right? From the 100 up to the 10K isn't as much because the 10K isn't run as much, but you still see it in the 10K where the collegiate system is kind of almost designed in a way. I don't think it's done on purpose, where it helps the veteran athletes because you got all the pounding in your legs. So by the time they make it through the semis, prelims, finals, and everything, or in some of the distance events, semis and finals, or in the 10K is just a one-off. By the time they make it to these championships, they are tired. Their bodies are tired. They want to run faster, but it's almost as if they are aged up to like 38, 39, 40. Think of it like that. Think of yourself being a Justin Gatlin, and he wants to run faster, but now his body just cannot do it as consistently. I'm sure he can still bust out a very quick time. Can he do it consistently is the other thing. It'll be like a misfire one time and then boom, blazing fast time. And then a misfire and boom, boom. And it just, that's why he says he's grateful for every day that comes in. So when it comes here, we got Sturgis, we got Terry, we got Clark, and we got Nelson. And if you all see, I'm going to try to have a team that helps me do some of this research because I run two businesses aside from this. So while I do have a great interest in track, I've done announcing for track and everything, and I want to start a track and field league, and I think that we should start one, another one to compete with USATF. I have limited time to see a lot of these, so I'm going to try to focus on things that I more so know, which is one is the pole vault, long jump, triple jump, the 100s, some of the distance races, and then anything else that I can have as I build a team, definitely add into that. So if you all see other collegiate athletes that are on that top list in between the athletes, I'm focusing on those top 10 to 15 athletes. If you see another athlete, definitely point it out because that will help me and I'll try to do a profile on them. But here are the non-legal, it says irregular, non-legal times. And the fastest time this year for non-legal time is Cambrea Sturgis. So that actually bodes well because Elaine Thompson legal time is right around here. And this is only 0.2 above the legal limit. Same thing with TT Terry. So what do you all think? Are you in agreement with me that you believe that these collegiate athletes will be running tired and it'll set themselves up for a Richardson? Because Richardson ran through the collegiate season and blew up. All right. And I mean, most of the top times so far, as it happens year after year, are the collegiate athletes. And then what happens is later on, the top times become the non-collegiate athletes. You see this year after year in the World Championships and Olympics. Why is that? Well, the collegiate athletes are running earlier on. They have their championship at one point, and then boom, they're starting back in December? They have a very long season. It's longer than regular track and field for most of the athletes anyway. So let's look down this list. Those are the only ones that I noticed that's there. So this might actually open up the door for Bartoletta to come back in because these athletes could be running tired. They make it through. I can see her making it through to the final of the USA Championships and then making one of the top 3 spots. I think Richardson has that. If Sturgis coach, which got to see his own son win his events, and I'll cover that as well, peaked her well, she can go through the USAs. Because this is where the question mark comes. Do the college athletes take a spot because of how it's run? It's not run like Great Britain. Do the college athletes take a spot from somebody else that might do better at the championships because they are peaked out from the collegiate championships that happen this week? Because the USA championships are on the 18th to the 27th. and that's only a few days away. Then the Olympic Games are a month after that, on July 23rd to August 8th. So would they take a spot that otherwise wouldn't be taken because of how the USA system is run, and Jamaican system 1, 2, 3, you go, right? And then the alternates and everybody for the 4x1. I still don't change my mind on the 4x1. I still think that Jamaica gets the record. Now it's going to be a little bit closer if and only if the collegiate athletes can stay healthy and or peak again. It's very hard to peak 3 times. They're peaking for the championships, NCAAs. They're peaking for USA or Jamaican trials, and then they come back and do peak again for the Olympics. We really don't see collegiate athletes all that often that can do something like that. Not and come by and at least get a gold. So if we're talking about contention for gold, I can't see it at the Olympic Games. I cannot see a collegiate athlete coming through, and even if they do make it, and then they do make it through the trials and everything like that, the rounds, that's the term I'm looking for. I can't see them then getting a gold. That you're working against gravity at that point, because you got all the pounding in your legs. Now, there are going to be people out there, they're going to probably try to hype it up. Maybe they don't understand it themselves, or just from a marketing perspective, they're going to market these athletes as if they could do it. I am going to work with history, the stats, and what's happening biologically to say, hey, it's unlikely that they'd win an individual gold. So it's still going to be that same Richardson, Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce, Morrison, and Thompson up in that spot fighting for it. And then Asher Smith. I can't see Okabari challenging for a gold. I can see Richardson, Thompson-Herah, and even Asher Smith challenging for a gold. And some people are like, wait a minute, Asher Smith challenging for a gold. Yeah, if Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce messes up, like this is her Olympics to lose, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying it from the comment section that they think Elaine Thompson is going to get it and Richardson gets no medal at all. I was surprised by the amount of people not saying that Richardson can get a medal. Can you reveal yourselves? Are you all Jamaican fans? Because when I saw the list, I'm like, wait a minute. Now, I'm trying to do this, because I'm American and I'm trying not to put my bias there. But some people are saying Richardson not getting a medal. I can see Richardson not getting a medal, but at the same time, I can't logically. Now, I don't want to bet against her. That's the thing. I don't want to bet against her. Yeah, she blew up, but that was after the collegiate season. She hasn't had even a third of the amount of races. Not even she hasn't even had a third of the amount of races that she had on her body when she tried to go to the USA trials before. And so that's the difference. These athletes that are in college, T.T. Terry, Sturgis, and others, those athletes are running through a collegiate system. So that's going to bode differently. What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section below. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can start having our live streams and everything. And the fun really begins at that point. Catch you all on the next one.